my daughter equal treatment that they have given the absentee father. They gave the absentee father over $1,200 in cash so that he could travel back and forth to see his son that he had no contact with in 3.5 years. And the child is 4 years old now. Child Protective Service is offering to give my daughter a bus ticket to Glendive, Montana twice a month to see her son, which would involve her having to spend 2 nights in Glendive, Montana in order to be able to see the child in the daytime. We were asking for them to give her a bus voucher so that she could drive back and forth and see her son weekly, as they allowed the father to do. But they say all that they will do is give her a bus voucher. My grandson was placed into custody in May, and Child Protective Service, in my opinion, has made several blatant errors in the handling of his case.
Who is the caseworker?
Bonnie Rothy.
Bonnie Rothy? Okay.
And they have made things very difficult for my daughter in able to comply.
Like, what does Bonnie Rothy do?
Well, one of the incidences that Bonnie did was because she wants my daughter to do everything for herself without help from me. She wants she wants my daughter, for instance, to designate who can and can't pick up her son from daycare. But when I go to pick up my grandson from daycare, they say that I can't take the child because Bonnie Rothy didn't call them and give them permission for me to pick up the child. So, the daycare has to call my daughter at work, my daughter has to call Bonnie Rothy, and Bonnie Rothy has to call the daycare so that I can pick up the child. Even though my daughter had made arrangements the day prior, and Bonnie never bothered to call and allow daycare to know that it was okay for me to pick it up, causing stress to my daughter at work. I've taken my grandson home with all his doctor's appointments. I've made arrangements. My grandson has speech issues, so I would drive 100 miles twice a week to take him to a half an hour speech therapy class. These are the kinds of things that I did for my daughter, trying to help her out.
So, you've stated that the father hasn't been with his son for 4 years, and that
3.5 of those 4 years.
Okay, and that that they are paying him, CPS, $1,200 in cash. Is that correct?
Correct. They made my daughter go to the bank or an ATM machine, I'm not sure which, withdraw that money out of the account because the account had been frozen because my grandson had been placed in Child Protective Service custody, and give him that money in cash so that he could drive back and forth weekly to see his son that he wanted nothing to do with. My daughter approached him 2 or 3 times in the past years, and he said not to bother him. He wanted nothing to do with them. So now all of a sudden, now he wants to be the dad.
Now this caseworker that made this decision, her name is Bonnie Rothy.
Correct.
Do you believe that Bonnie Rothy is yet another corrupt CPS caseworker, just so as Myra Anthony is, Mandy Reinhardt is, and Lorna Foreman? Do you believe that Bonnie Rothy is also considered corrupt, in your opinion?
I honestly can't answer that. I think she's dishonest. I think she lies.
Okay. Then that would be somebody lies is corrupt.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, I believe that Heather, Bonnie's supervisor, is not truthful.
What's Heather's last name?
I don't. It used to be Elliot. She's remarried, so I don't know what her. But I could get that.
Okay, so you are the grandmother of the child, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you had told me earlier that your daughter had some mental issues?
My daughter's been diagnosed as high anxiety, PSTD, and that was through the mental evaluation that Child Protective Service had ordered done.
And so that's why that you are trying to help your daughter?
That's correct.
Okay.
My daughter went to treatment for 9 months in Rock Springs, Wyoming in 2014, 2015. We had my grandson that whole time. He lived with us. But because we're the grandparents, we have no rights.
Now you're currently speaking with a legislative representative, is that correct?
That's correct.
Who is that legislative representative?
Forrest Mandeville.
Say that again?
Forrest Mandeville.
Forrest Mandeville?
Can I get that for you? I want to make sure I get that correct. Forrest Mandeville.
And with what has Forrest Mandeville, what has he or she decided to do? Is he looking into this?
He has, in fact, he's been very helpful. He has looked into this. He has contacted the head of Child Protective Service, Sheila Hogan, and her response, to the best of my recollection, is that she does not want to get involved in this because there's a judge involved in it.
Do you consider Sheila Hogan to be a corrupt CPS worker, supervisor? Do you believe she's corrupt also?
I honestly can't answer that because I never spoke with her, but I think that she's negligent in her duties.
So would that kind of constitute being corrupt also?
Yes.
So what is your goal from here? To try to get help for your daughter?
To try to get help for my daughter. It's my understanding that if a person that has mental issues with Child Protective Service, they're supposed to have a lawyer that deals separately with that issue, and we have not been able to get that confirmed or denied. So if it is true that she's supposed to be allowed a second lawyer, that has not been put in place for her. And I received a text from Dayla Goodwin that she had received a text from Heather, Bonnie Rothy's supervisor, stating that they are going to place my grandson with his father in the case, and my daughter has not been given the legal representation I feel that she is entitled to.
Who's the guardian ad litem on this case? Do you remember?
Julie Pierce.
Julie Pierce. And do you think that she's being representing your grandchild properly?
No. I don't feel that there has been proper representation for either my grandson or my daughter in this case. My daughter is on her third lawyer, and my grandson is on his second lawyer.
Okay. Now you have claimed that that there's a lot of money that's been passing hands here. Do you believe that's well spent taxpayers' money?
It's an absolute waste of taxpayers' dollars. Absolute waste.
What would you like to see in the whole scheme of things with the Montana CPS and especially Billings? What would you like to the outcome of a lot of people complaining?
I would like to see that their whole system is torn apart and revised. I would like to know the credentials of these people that have the authority to remove a child and completely destroy a family without getting the tax being presented. Nowhere has it been presented to any of the courts that my husband and I are a significant caregiver of our grandson. We had asked that our grandson be placed into our custody, and because we'd got another family involved, because they lived in Billings and we lived quite a ways out, my grandson needed special classes for his speech and stuff. They lived closer to my daughter, so it was easier for my daughter to see him, and they were very willing to help see that he got back and forth to his appointments.
Well, thank you for talking to the Montana News, and we'll make sure that this gets out in the public so that they can view your concerns. And we hope that this gets resolved for you. And